Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States. That's midday if you're in Australia or around 1 a.m. if you're in the UK. I hope as usual all you guys and girls are well and you had a good weekend. Remember, if you do miss the live streams, you can catch up at any time by clicking the videos tab on my Twitch page. You can also catch the videos on my YouTube channel, but my YouTube is a few months behind my Twitch channel because I'm affiliate and I have to keep my videos exclusive to Twitch for a certain period of time. So yeah, if you're watching me on YouTube and you're thinking, wow, why is this stream from so long ago? And you want to see the very latest stream, jump on my Twitch channel. So it's just Phil Does 3D, so Twitch TV/Phil Does 3D. Remember too, if you do want to join the Phil Does 3D Discord server, you can do that at any time by typing !Discord in Twitch chat or by clicking on the graphic in my panels under the About Me section on my Twitch page. Smurfberry Barbecue, it's good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. I hope you're staying healthy as well. I know things are really bad for you guys over there in the US at the moment with the human malware. So I hope you're staying healthy. Remember that mask. Oh, that's better. Nice cold water. What are we doing? That's right. Euro, it's good to see you, Euro. I hope you had a good weekend too. We're going to continue working on the House in the Hollow game. You can wishlist that now on Steam. Type !Steam in Twitch chat or click the graphic in the About Me panels on my Twitch page. We're working on the sitting room for that, for the Art Nouveau Art Deco building that's in that game. So, Euro says 3D art, I think. Well, good to hear. You should be doing 3D art. Smurf says, Phil, you need to set up your alerts, my dude. What do you mean? What's wrong with my alerts? Tamana, thank you for the, what are we at? 41-month subscription, man! Thank you, Tamana, you're absolutely awesome. I do appreciate it, guys, when you sub to the channel. So thank you, Tamana, for 41 months being a subscriber. You are absolutely awesome. What do you mean, though, Smurf, about my alerts? What's wrong with my alerts? Everything should be working, unless I've hit the wrong button or done something wrong, which, you know, is always a possibility with Phil. Hero says, I was playing with Toolbag 4, new toys at this time of night. Smurf says, well, you didn't notice. Oh, okay. No, I didn't. But I did. When you mentioned that, I looked at my screen and then I noticed. So thanks, Smurf. And thanks again, Tamana. Euro posted in the Discord server about Marmoset Toolbag version 4, which has just been released. I know that'll make you happy, Smurfberry. And I checked the video out that you posted, Euro. It does look really cool. I may have to install it. I do have a license for Marmoset, but I've never actually installed it. Well, I had installed it, but then I uninstalled it because I didn't use it that much. But with all of the new stuff that this guy talks about in the video, it does look very cool. Smurf says it doesn't count if someone has to remind you. Oh, I guess you're right. I guess it doesn't count. Just as well you reminded me. Euro says you can run the trial before to see if it's useful. They have a 30-day unlimited trial. Yeah, I have a license for the previous version. I will check it out. I'll run the trial, see if it's going to be useful. Now, one thing I noticed in the video of the guy that you posted to in the Discord server, Euro, was as he was talking about the new stuff in version 4. Everything looks really cool, like, you know, GPU accelerated RTX ray tracing. Pardon me. The new texture painting stuff, that's all really cool. I still don't see anything like Substance's smart masks though. You can use masks, he did show that all, but not smart masks. It's like Quixel, whatever it is, you know, the Quixel one, what do they call it? What is it? Not Bridge, Mixer, Quixel Mixer. It's a good program, but they don't have anything like smart masks, and they're really useful actually in Substance. I mean, you know, I go on about not using them too much because everything starts looking the same. But when you do, they can be a good base to work from. So, Mixer, thank you, Smurfberry. Yura says that guy talks about 1,000,000 miles an hour. Yes, he does, but I caught the gist of what he was saying. And look, real-time ray tracing in the engine, painting in the engine, all these things sound really, really cool, and I will check them out, at least in the demo, and see if it could be useful for the studio, or either studio, the games or the ArchViz one. Probably not so much the ArchViz studio. We tend to use Vero, and a proper 3D program. But it could be good for the game studio. Just smart. They got to get these smart masks in, these guys from Quixel and Marmoset. They're really useful. So my advice to them would be make sure you can get working on smart mask use. Smurfberry says, oh, for the love of God, it needs another new account system. Does it really? But Euro did say that they're going to put to a subscription model as well as a perpetual model. So you can buy it outright, or you can subscribe to use it for however long you need to use it. You guys know how I feel about submodels. Adobe are bad. Autodesk are bad. You know, renting software is not good. I want to own it. I don't want to rent it. I don't want it to stop working when I stop paying my subscription fee every month. Just let me buy it outright and I'm happy. But it does look very cool. And again, guys, if you want to check that video out, jump on the Phil Does 3D Discord server. If you're watching the channel and you're new, I've just popped the link in Twitch chat. Just click that. It's an invite link. It'll let you join the Discord server and you can check the video out there. I won't play it on screen because I don't want to... with copyright and everything now on Twitch, I'm mega extra careful. So I don't want to infringe anyone's copyright, but you check it out on the Discord server. Euro says, they made Toolbag 3 Marmoset ID Legacy in favour of a new system where you can actually see your account details. Yeah, they're all going that way, and they probably changed the ID, the account system because of this subscription model thing where you can rent the software. I'm assuming that's probably why they did it. Anyway, look, it's a good program, Marmoset. It's if you want to show off your models, like without having to get into a 3D program and use a rendering engine, it's incredibly useful for that as well. And now that you can paint in it, that's another incredibly useful tool too. And the fact that it's GPU accelerated now for the rendering is really cool. So do check it out. Check Marmoset out. It is worth looking at for sure. But we are going to start working in Unreal on finishing the sitting room here. I want to get the floor in before I start finishing up the room. So we're going to do the floor, which is really the only thing I think I have to texture up that's left. And then we will start setting the room up and lighting it. Yuri says, yeah, it's part of my pipeline anyway. If I can do it all in this, then great. Yeah, look, again, I'm not poo-pooing Marmoset. I think Marmoset's a great program. Like I said, I own a license for version 3. I had it installed. I did play around with it. I uninstalled it because I wasn't using it very much anyway. I will check version 4 out though, because that video's got me very interested in doing a comparison to see how we go. But I generally do my renders in V-Ray and 3D Studio Max anyway, but it could come in handy. You never know. And I think you listed how much the upgrade was, didn't you, Euro? You said it was because he's already upgraded. He got a 15% discount, which takes it down to $177.65 USD. That's upgrading from 3 to 4, I'm assuming, which is reasonable. You know, in this day and age with software that can get into the thousands, that's a reasonable price. And yeah, so I'll check it out. I'll install the demo because you get a free 30-day trial demo. So we'll try that out, see what it's like. But just from what I saw, I really wish these companies would put smart masks in their software. Please, please do it. So yes, this room, really the floor. Let's tackle that. Whoop, we don't want to do that. Euro says, yeah, $177.65 for upgrades. The 15% discount on top of the upgrade prices for 7 days. With that being said, Marmoset run discounts all the time. JJ, hey JJ, it's good to see you. Nice to be back. It's nice to have you back. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good weekend, JJ. So yeah, we're going to jump into Max. Now, the floor. You know, when we created the floors for the other rooms in the building, all of the floors basically have a border, a tiled border around the edge of them. And we've done that because it looks more interesting. Actually, I'll jump into Unreal and I'll show you. It's easier that way. So I can leave this room now because everything is streamed in, so you won't see anything you shouldn't. So you see though most of the floors have a tile, they have a brass border, and then they have the main floor in the middle. All of the rooms are pretty much like that. Well, that one's not, but you know what I mean. Most of them, all of them are, really. Yeah, this one as well. The only problem with this room is we can't really do that because of this wall paneling, which comes inside the floor quite a ways. This is the only room that has these really thick wall panels. So if we put a border in, it's sort of like going to disappear into the tiles. For most of the floor anyway. So it's really going to be a bit pointless putting a border around this one, so we won't. But for this room, and only this room, so far anyway, we won't put a border on our floor, which is why I've just created this one here, which has no border on it at all. Android Lust, it's good to see you, buddy. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, so no border, so we'll texture the floor up in Substance Painter with just a plain, probably wooden floor, I think. That's the plan anyway. Sorry guys. So let's export the floor, shall we? Let me make sure I do a reset on the X-form, just in case I made any scaling changes. I don't think I did, but can't hurt to do it anyway. Andrew Lust says, I'm pretty good. That's good to hear. So SR floor, which is sitting room floor. Let's export the model. And we're going to put it in the right folder. I just made some adjustments to the gramophone, not the gramophone, sorry, to the radio. I was doing some adjustments to the old-fashioned radio we have in the study. Just making a couple of alterations on the texture. I did the scripting for it over the weekend. I've done the scripting for the gramophone as well. I won't be showing that off on the stream, simply because you guys that do want to buy the game should have something to to look forward to seeing that I haven't already shown you. So the gramophone is actually scripted up for the interaction and all that sort of jazz. For the puzzle part of it. It's the same as when we were working on the attic. I didn't show you, the attic will have had has a particle effect as well, that I didn't show on stream, just so there's something for you guys to see if you want to play the game and not get spoiled. Not spoil it for you is what I mean. Let's create a new project and select the floor. We're going to do it at 2K and we're going to compute tangent space. Good, no need to spoil it. Andrew Lust says, yes, no, I won't. I won't spoil it. Okay. Let us, what are we doing? That's right. We're going to start by baking the textures out. It's a plane, so it's really not going to do a lot anyway, but we'll do it just for the sake of why not. Okay. Smurf is saying in Discord, hang on, yeah, Smurf is saying, I just bought stuff. I'm going to have to postpone on that upgrade. We're talking about Marmoset 4 because Marmoset 4 has just been released and they're doing a discount, I believe Euro said 7 days, for the next 7 days of a 15% or 15% if you're upgrading from version 3. He did post a link in the Discord server. Again, guys, jump on the Discord and check it out. I won't play it on stream because I don't want to infringe another person's copyright on his YouTube channel. He just goes through all the new stuff in the video, and it does look really cool. Really interesting looking upgrade. I'll probably download. I have version 3, but not installed. I have a license for version 3. I'll download the 30-day trial, check it out, and if it cuts the mustard, then I'll maybe upgrade to version 4. Okay, so we've baked it down. It's called The Right Thing. Let us look through our materials here and see what we've got to play with. I'm just going to pull this up a little bit. I should have I want to make it a wooden floor, maybe a parquetry, something interesting. Shouldn't take us too long because again I'm only doing the one material. Well, we're not doing edging and stuff, so it shouldn't be too bad. Gonna have a look at this one. I'm just going to unhide it. I won't delete it. I'm just going to remove this blank layer from the bottom though. There was another floor here, another wood material that I quite liked. If Phil can find it. It might have been this one. Maybe that one. I'll keep going and see if there's anything else. Check this planks one. Going to turn the one underneath off so that we're not getting distracted. We have this one as well. We have to change the scaling obviously, but I'm more looking at just the texture at this stage. You guys talking about school? Aren't you guys on break at the moment anyway? If you're going to school, I thought that it was sort of like winding up for the year now. It is in this country, and maybe it's different wherever you are. Okay, let's choose between these ones. JJ says, Phil, any advice for avoiding burnouts? The burnout is real. It is real, and trust me. Well, I tell you guys, every 6 months I go away for 2 weeks and to a cabin in the middle of nowhere and with no technology, and that's how I recover from burnout every 6 months. And basically avoid technology completely for 2 weeks. So I don't take my phone. There is no TV at the cabin. All I take is a camera so I can take some pictures for textures and stuff. So yeah, there's electricity, but there's no television, no stereo. I don't take my phone. I completely cut off for 2 weeks, and I don't do any 3D work at all. I do no electronics stuff at all. I don't work with anything. So yeah, basically you just got to try and, when you're starting to feel burnt out, you just got to take a break. It's the best way to fix burnout is to stop for a short period of time, even if it's only a day or two, just to sort of like recharge. Art block is something a little different as well. And I've said to you guys before, it's really being creative on demand is hard and exhausting. Basically, when you're working for a studio and you've got to create something and you're on a timeline or a deadline, It can be hard. It really can. Being creative on demand is hard. So having an art block, it's the same sort of thing, really. You've just got to take a break. It goes the same for programming. If you're doing programming, at least this for me, if I get stuck on a problem, and I've done this before where I've stayed up until early hours of the morning trying to solve this coding problem, and failing. But basically, if I go to bed, I have a good night's sleep, and the next morning I come back to it, then I can generally solve the problem. But that goes just as well for artwork as well. So, if you find that you're getting stuck, just take a short break, have a nap, even if it's only for a couple of hours, and then come back to it. I usually find that helps. Usually, not always. JJ says, what do you do when you get them? That's what I do. I take a break. It's the only thing you can do. You can't force yourself to be creative if you've got an art block. And if you're getting burnout, you can't force yourself to work through burnout because it's not going to work for you. Take a break. That's the best advice, I think. Just take a break. We all love doing 3D, and if I could, I'd probably do it 24/7, but I can't. I've got to sleep, I've got to eat, and there are times where I'm just not in the mood, or have a mental block, or generally with my burnout stuff, every 6 months I go away, and I find after the 2 weeks I've been away, when I come back I'm nice and fresh, and I can start again for the next 6 months, and then I take my 2-week break again. Rinse and repeat. Andrew Loss says, when I used to draw a lot, I had a major art block. Felt like it was a year where my mind would go blank while looking at paper. We all get art blocks. And being, like I said, creative on demand is difficult. It's hard. It is hard. That's what they pay you for. They pay you to actually create stuff, and then you get a deadline usually when you're working on a project. So it's real. It's real. Android Lost says, but I guess other things in life can make an art block worse. Yeah, I guess that's true. It depends on what's going on in your life. JJ says, that's true. Been told and reminded about resting as part of the progress. It is. The other thing I want to mention too, when you're doing your art stuff, whether you're doing your 3D art, your 2D art, anything like that, any hobby, or even work's a little different though. Where was I going with this? My mind's gone blank. Wow, where was I going with this? I don't know. Phil's lost it. Oh, that's right. Phil got it back. You got to enjoy the process. So you don't want to go rushing through your work, like rushing through creating a model, rushing through texturing a model. Enjoy what you're doing. So yeah, that's the other important thing too. A lot of times, a lot of people think, oh, I want to get this done, or the faster I can get this done, the better it is. Now, when you're working, that is true. When you're working for a studio or something, they want you to get it done as quickly as you can. But even then, it's important just to enjoy what you're doing. You're not a robot. You're not sitting there like a robot pumping this stuff out. You have to enjoy what you're doing. So take the time to enjoy it. Don't try and rush it. And resting, getting proper rest is really important for your mind. JJ says, the concept part in a short amount of time and delivering with good quality. JJ says, I love it really. I also do take my time to make it quality. Yeah, well, if you can get quality and you can do it fast, well, that's 2 ticks for you, and that's amazing. But it's important to enjoy what you do. Too many people, too often, are stuck in jobs where they don't enjoy what they do. Now, that's like 90% of the population of the planet, unfortunately. And there are days where I don't like what I'm doing either. It's not like I'm always constantly ecstatic that I'm doing 3D. That's not true. There are days where I just think I don't want to do this. They're not often, but they happen. But for 90% of the population on the planet, they're stuck in jobs that they don't like doing. I'm fortunate and thankful that I love what I do. But many people don't have that option. That, they have to live, they have to eat, they have to pay rent, and so they've got to do a job that they don't like. So that's why I'm saying to you guys, enjoy what you're doing while you're doing it. If it's something you're passionate about and you love, take the time to enjoy it while you make it. JJ says, being on Twitch talking about this helps a lot to you guys. Well, that's good, JJ. That's what we're here for. We're here as a sounding board, or for any problems you guys might have as well. That's why, again, guys, join the Discord server, because if I'm not streaming, there's a really cool group of girls and guys on the Discord. They all do 3D or art in some way, shape or form. And if you get stuck on something, just ask a question. If I don't respond to you, one of the guys that are members will. So, and it's a good place to hang out and show your work off and all that sort of stuff as well. Andrew Dust says, but for me, I've been working on something all day once it's night, and the moment I get tired, I stop. Well, that's good, because forcing yourself to do stuff when you're tired is not going to, you're not going to create good work that way anyway. No, I'm just going to scale this up so I can look at them a little bit better to see which one I might like. Andrew Dust says, I think if you're tired, you're not going to do good work. No, you're not. JJ says, I appreciate you, Phil and Android. Lust, you guys actually take the time to talk to me right now. You don't. A lot of streamers are very good. They'll talk to you. The smaller streamers anyway. The big ones they can't, because their chat goes by so quickly. But streamers are generally pretty good. We're here to talk to you guys. Well, at least I am. Ooh. There's a little ant on my computer desk. We won't be having that. I'm sorry. No, bad ant. It's gone to a better place. I just get paranoid about things like ants and electronics, crawling into electronics and all that sort of jazz. How did an ant get on my computer desk? I'm nowhere near the outside of the apartment. Let me just check there are no little, you know how they form a little trail that when they're heading somewhere? Just looking around to make sure there's no little ant trail happening. No, I don't see one. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at the next one down. And let's look at the scale of this one. Andrew Luss says, I thought Australia had giant ants like everything else. We do. Look, we have some ants that are like, no joke, they're about the size of your thumb. Bull ants, I think they call them. But they're up in the hotter climates at the top of the country in Queensland. I live down the bottom in Victoria. So we just have the tiny, tiny little ants. But yeah, no, we do. We do have some big ants, and if they bite you, they hurt. So don't get bitten by one of the big ones up in Queensland. No, you shouldn't be kidding, because it's true. We do. We have big ants. Some of them are big. Thumb size big. No joke. They're huge. But not where I live. You guys were going on about poisonous spiders. You think every corner in every place in Australia has these poisonous spiders, and that's not true either. We do have poisonous spiders, but they're not hiding in every corner and crack in every room. JJ says, I guess I'm unfazed with big bugs because Philippines got big cockroaches. Oh, I hate cockroaches. They freak me out. Spiders and cockroaches. All the legs. I don't know. I think it's all those legs. Yuck. And particularly spiders. I really don't like spiders. Yeah, this texture is not really great. So let's just move down the stack to the next one. It's an interesting looking texture. And then the bottom one. Have a look at the scaling. Again, that's an interesting texture. We've just got to try and work out which one will be most suited to the room. So if we jump back into Unreal, we can see sort of the colors we've got going on, and it's a small room. Let's go back to Substance. Snowberry says venomous. Yes, well, some of the spiders will kill you. You know, redback spiders and all that sort of jazz. If they bite you, you could die. There is the real possibility you will die. We do have poisonous snakes as well, but again, you're not going to see a snake unless you wander off into the middle of nowhere. And they're generally more afraid of you than you are of them, so they'll run away if they see you. But if you get bitten by one, some of them are poisonous in this country as well, like brown snakes, and they grow really big. And you know, we've got things like crocodiles up in the top of the country, and they'll go after you, so you don't want to go swimming up there. Generally, though, it's a pretty safe place, Australia. JJ says yes, spiders. No. Android Lost says spiders are. Oh, I hate spiders. I hate them. They freak me out. I will run a mile if I see a spider. Like, yeah, if I was to spot a spider, it doesn't matter. It can be like the size of my fingernail, and it would freak me out, and I'd run away. That's the only insect that frightens me. Yeah, just the look of them. They're just creepy. They're creepy. I remember when I was playing Skyrim, because you know in part of Skyrim you got those big spiders in the catacombs. Man, they freaked me out when I played that game. I hate spiders. JJ says, I've been staring at all those textures on your screen, Phil, and I remember doing Maya. You're talking about blend textures in Maya. Android Love says, generally it's safe. It's a safe place in Australia. Yes, generally it is. Look, it is. Generally, Australia is very safe. You're not going to die. Generally. You'll be fine. You know, you avoid places that have crocodiles, you'll be fine. And they're only at the top end of the country. Most places that you walk around in Australia, there aren't deadly spiders and there aren't deadly snakes, and you'll be fine. The odds of being bitten and killed are very, very, very low. What was I doing? What was I going to do? Man, now I can't remember. What is wrong with my brain this morning? Texture 1. Texture 2. Texture 3 is a no-no. Let's remove that. And texture 4. Which one do I like? I can change the color, hopefully. It's more the pattern that I'm sort of... I think this is a bit too busy for that tiny room. I like the texture, but yeah, I think it's just a bit busy for the room. That'd go good in a bigger open room. This one, it's interesting. It's a little boring. This one gives us a bit of a pattern. It's also got a bit of distressing happening automatically, which is always nice. But I think what I want to do is, you see it's not very shiny. So I think the first thing we're going to do here is let's see if we can make some adjustments to this. Color-wise, I don't want it to be too browny brown, because then the room is just going to be one big brown mess of brown. So this lighter color is not too bad. We can play with the aging on it. Maybe pull it back just a little bit. Might have been a little bit too old looking. We do have a tiling value for the planks. I might pull it back a little bit. Yeah. We'll make the planks a bit bigger because, again, it's a tiny room. Andrew Lost is posting in Discord. I still haven't bought Marmoset. Always forget about it. JJ says, I have no problems of travelling OFC, of course. I have no... Good. Don't be afraid of Australia. It's not dangerous. You will be fine. Platforms tiling as well. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, no. We'll bring it up to 2 again. I'm just seeing if there are any attributes I can't really like it has a lot of options to change the look of it, but not a lot of options for me to actually normal for me to change the actual glossiness of it. It's a little annoying. Only the height and the normal. Yes, that is annoying. I would have liked to have been able to change the gloss on it, because there's nothing I can see to change. Maybe we can get around it by doing something else. Let's see, how can we do this? I like a challenge. Unless I'm missing something, I'm pretty sure I'm not. Some materials just don't give you access to that sort of thing. JJ says, okay, I'm actually getting good tips from here on textures for orthographic review of environment. That's currently our homework. Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I missed the roughness here. Bill's going blind. There we go. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring up the roughness a little bit because I want some reflection. The reason I want reflection is because it's going in that room with the fireplace, and I want some nice reflection happening from the fire on the floor. So if I pull it back so we make it glossier. Not too glossy. We don't want it to be like a mirror. But just so it picks up a little bit of the reflection from the fire in the fireplace when we bring it in. That should be good. Okay, let's remove these layers here. We're not going to use these textures, but we are going to duplicate this one. Sorry for the noise outside. I think there's a truck in the alley behind the apartment. And on this duplicate layer, we're going to darken the material up. Smurfberry says, you can hear the beeping, Kenny. Yeah, that's the beeping of the reversing truck. Because the apartment block I live in is like in the middle of a shopping strip. And so there are shops like either side of my apartment block. And there's an alley behind my apartment block where all the deliveries go for all of the shops. And so there's that beeping happening constantly. Pretty much where I live. Okay, might darken it up just a touch more. Okay, so we've got a copy of the same material twice. On the copy though, I'm going to pull back on the roughness because we don't want to double up on the gloss. Now we're going to go to Smart Materials, and again, this is what I want Marmoset to... Sorry, not Smart Masks. I would like Marmoset to have something like Smart Masks. It would be really cool. Let's try Dirt Soft Edges one. Now again, some of these won't work because it's a flat plane. We don't really have any curvature for it to work off of, which means we might have to get in there and do it by hand. This one's not going to work. Let's just remove the mask. I'll try another one, but I think I'll have to go in and do it by hand. No, this one might work for us. So basically, you see, hopefully you guys can see this on stream. I'm bringing in the darker coloured wood over the top, just in spots here and there, to make the wood look aged even more, so that the it's not just one monochromatic colour. It's introducing like a two-tone brown. So that's one, that's the other, and we're just doing a mix between the two, just to give us a little bit of variation. You see that sort of, that because I pulled back on the roughness on the layer above it, the dirtier layer. It's also giving us some nice breakup of the glossiness on the floor. I might just pull up a little on the roughness value on the dirt layer, or the dark brown layer, I really should call it. Just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my materials. And let's find something I can use as a general dirt layer. So okay, I end up using usually the dry mud or the dirt ground. We'll go with the dry mud. We'll try that one. So let's pull that one down. We're going to change to blending mode. Actually, I'm going to change the color as well. I'm going to take out some of the color information so it's a little bit more neutral. We might darken it up a little bit as well. Okay, now I'm going to choose one of my brushes. I'm going to add is it a white or a black mask? The reason I get confused is because Max does it one way and Substance and Unreal do it the opposite way with the black and white mask. White mask? Yes. Okay, white mask will do. We're going to choose the dirt brush. And I'm going to basically do what I normally do here. And that is I'm removing dirt from the middle and I'm only keeping dirt around the edge. So instead of painting the dirt in, I'm painting it out. I'm just trying to work out what it's doing here. No, that's all right. What I'm also going to do though is I'm going to turn off the height information for the dirt layer because we don't want dirt to have a height. We might switch to the white so we can paint in a little bit more dirt. I'm going to have to come quite a ways into the middle of the floor because we have those really thick panels that go around the outside of the wall. So in order to see the dirt, we're going to paint it quite a ways into the middle of the floor. It's subtle and it may be hard for you guys to see it on stream, but it is there, trust me. I also want to make sure I don't paint out too much of the glossy reflection. What I may need to do is bring it into Unreal, find out which end is the fireplace end, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to save this as sitting room floor. And let's export the textures. Now let's bring it into Unreal. Let's start by importing the floor. Going to rename this sitting room floor underscore MAT for material. Let's open that up. Okay, let's import the textures we just exported. So we want the color, I think we'll take the metallic. I think it might just be black though. And the roughness. Which means we could probably use a constant instead of a material just to save a little bit of texture memory. I'll check it in a minute. So metallic. Yeah, the metallic is just a black. So we might just use a constant for that. So let's hook up the color, normal, roughness, and metallic. I always get this is wrong as well. That's better. So we can remove that texture there, we're not using it. We can remove this one, we're not using it. Let's just apply and save. I'm just going to jump into this. I'm going to bring it in and then we can start playing with the texturing a little bit more in Substance Painter. Just going to make sure my collision is correct, and it is. It's only 12 triangles, so I'm not going to do any lotting. It doesn't need lotting on 12 tries. We should be good. So let's bring that in. Need to rotate it. I believe we need to scale it.
What do you say when you need the truth? What do you say when you can't get through now? What does it take for the heart to choose?
Okay, we need to go all the way to the edges of the walls and the door. So let's scale it up. Again, I need to make sure I don't go into the next room. We need to move it over. Again, I know I've mentioned it before, but when I designed the building, I designed it with these gaps between the walls for that reason, so that we'd have a bit more room to work without it poking into the next room. I'm just making sure we're right up against the wall. I think we can scale it in just a little bit. Might move it over a little bit. Now we're going to try and work out the angle of our glossy floor bit. Android Lost says you have easy access to shops. I do. If I want to, yeah, I do. Supermarkets basically, you know, 2 doors down, there's lots of restaurants and hairdressers and all different sorts of shops. So pretty much right outside my front door. Yeah, no, Max is reversed. For some reason, the white and the black are the other way around. Either Max or View. I'm pretty sure it's Max. Compared to the way that Substance does it and the way that other programs do the masking, it's opposite in Max. Android Lot says unlit mode never gives access justice. That's true. We're going to have to turn lit mode on. Now the problem is we're not going to see a lot because there's no lights in the room, so it's going to be pretty black. But hopefully it'll allow me to see where the roughness, where the reflection is on the floor. Max is the odd one out. Smurpery says yes, it is. Euro says Substance is the odd one out. Max came first. That's right. Let's turn lit mode on so I can sort of see. Yeah, I'm not okay. It looks to me like the glossy part of the floor is down this end. Again, we do have some gloss here, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this around so that this glossy bit in the floor is down this end. So let's just rotate it 180 degrees. Let's check that again. Yeah, see now we have the glossy part more toward the fireplace, which is what I want. But what I think I'll do is I think I might remove some of the dirt from here. So let's jump back into Substance Painter. And the glossy part is here, down this end, and the bit of the dirt that I want to remove is around about here. So we're going to jump back to black. And I'm going to paint it out through here. So we have that glossy section down that end. Let's re-export the textures. Let's jump back into Unreal and re-import them. We don't have to worry about metallic because we're not using metallic. And that's better. Whoop. I keep getting confused with my buttons between the programs because they all behave differently with the camera. So yeah, now we've got that glossy bit pretty much right in front of the fireplace there. So we should get some nice reflections from the fire, hopefully. The rest of the floor is pretty dirty and dark. Okay, let's go back to unlit mode. And again, I just want to make sure my floor is actually sitting down on the ground. And it is. That's good. Let me get this positioned properly. I'm just going to say I might bring that up, but I think the tiles are just above the floor. That should be all right. Okay, what we do want to do though is we want to copy. Basically, every room has this decorative mosaic tile. So anytime you transition from one room to another, you have this mosaic tile. We want to keep that consistent, so we're going to do that again. So I'm going to duplicate this mosaic. To just inside the door. Again, I've got to make sure we line up with the tile out here, so we'll bring it over until it just touches it. I might bring it over a little bit more, maybe there. Yeah. Good. Okay, now let's just make sure we do a save in Substance Painter because we did make that change and I didn't save it. Alright, now, what do I want to do here? I think what I might start with is we might start with the general lighting in the room. So first things first, I guess, is we need to bring in the ceiling light. And we'll put that around about the middle of the room. At the middle of that rectangle. Here it says Substance is the odd one out, Max first. Digitalis, thank you for the host, Digitalis. It's good to see you, buddy. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you're staying healthy. Washing your hands, wearing your masks. It's really important, guys. Actually, where I live, they're just starting to relax the mask rule. You still have to wear masks, but only when you're inside, like a supermarket or with other people around. But if you're just outside now, you can take your mask off, which is good. Yeah, because they're not the most comfortable things to wear, as you guys probably know. Having a mask over your face is not really comfortable, particularly in summer, which is what we're coming into in Australia here now. So they've relaxed the rule outside, but you must still wear them inside. I think that's about the middle of the ceiling. I'm pretty sure it is. Hello to you too, Digitalis. It's good to see you. Okay, now we have wall lights, and we're going to try and work out where we want to put the wall lights. I would have really liked the wall lights here and here, but unfortunately I'm pretty sure they won't fit. Let me just rotate them around. They're a bit too big. Now, yeah, I could scale them in a little bit if I really wanted to put them here. And when I say they're too big, you see that even if I was to bring that right back to the wall, it's going to overhang the wall a bit. That's not really good. And I can't move it over too much because it'll hit the wall here. So yeah, here, either side of the fireplace would look the best. Now, generally the player is never going to really be able to get close enough to see that that is overhanging the wall column a little bit. So we could get away with it without the player really knowing. But this one will be even more problematic because we have this column here. So I'd have to pull it out like that. And that gets a bit more noticeable now that it's overhanging the wall by quite a bit. So, oh wow, stop moving that. I want to move the camera and it ends up moving the object. Why unreal? It's so temperamental. Digitaler says, I should move to Australia. I hate winter. Oh, I love winter. I recommend the wall Smurfs. Yeah, that's what I was about to say, Smurfberry. Smurfberry recommends, well, before we talk about that, I hate summer. I love winter. I would love to live where it snowed 24/7. That would be ideal. I live in the wrong country in the world. The wall, I agree, but I don't really want to put it there because I think a painting here might look really cool. But I think here would look cool. So we're going to rotate it around 90 degrees. And we'll move it against this wall here. So I'm just got to sort of like eyeball it up to be in the middle. And eyeball it up as to how high we want them to be. I don't want to put them like up there. I want them lower. We don't want to put them in the middle of the panel. We want to make them lower than the middle of the panel. It's the same with I've mentioned this before when I've been creating this building. You don't put things right in the middle of the table either. You put them a little off center because they look more interesting. Same thing goes for these wall lights. Instead of putting them in the middle, we're putting them off center. Just makes them look more interesting. I need to bring it forward a bit. Now I am noticing, this was my fault because I actually when I made this asset, in order for the actual thing to touch the wall, it has to be in like that. When you see what's happening with our lamps here when I do that. So that was my bad. I'm going to jump into Max and make some adjustments to this piece that attaches to the wall. So let's do that. Clumsy fingers. Max is what we want. So make sure we save that. Let's open up the light fittings. Where are they? Where are they? Lights. Version 2. And this one here. Let's just go into isolation mode. And let me jump into the top viewport. I'm going to start by what's already selected. I'm just going to detach this back piece. Just makes it easier for me to work on if it's detached. And then we're going to just select the verts at the back here. Now we are going to get some stretching, but it should be okay. It's going to be in a place where no one's ever really going to see it. There are a couple of things I could do here actually. I could, and I might do both because it just might make it a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to pull these back a bit but I'm also going to select the rest of the light. And we're going to select this part. Make sure I've got everything. Yep. I'm going to detach that as well. And we'll do the same with this one. We'll jump back into the top viewport. I want to make sure my pivot is in the right spot and it looks good. And we're going to rotate it with angle snap turned on by, we'll go 15 degrees. That's better. Okay, so it just makes the lights look a bit more interesting if they're angled forward a little bit. Now, what we could probably do, now that we've done that, is I can move these back in again. As long as we don't go past the edge of the light there, then we should be fine. So maybe a bit like that. Now we can, making sure to select the bit that we detached it from so my pivot stays the same. I'm going to reattach the back and the lights. Just going to do a reset on the X-form. And re-export the model. Lights. And this is the wall light. Android Lost says, if you lived in snow, you'd hate it. Yeah, but it's what everyone tells me, because everyone that'll listen, I say how much I love snow and I don't want to live in Australia because it's too hot. And they all say, if you lived in snow, you would not like it. But I'd like to try. I'd like to give it a go. Smurfberry says you could rotate the lamp arms forward a bit. Great minds think alike. That's exactly right, Smurfberry. So now we're just going to re-import the model. And there we go. Now we can bring it back to the wall without the lamps actually hitting the wall. So if we have one there, then I think maybe one here to balance it up would look good. So let's duplicate it. And rotate it 180 degrees. And let's move it back. Make sure it's about the middle. Okay. So lamp in the middle, light there, light there. Again, I'm just positioning my camera about where I know the head height in game is so that we can look around the room and check it. Alrighty. So what I want to do is I want to go up to where the master bedroom is. And again, they're going to scream at me because I really shouldn't be doing this, even though we're actually, it's hidden. I have to unhide it because I want to copy one of the lights we're using in the bedroom, because the bedroom has these walls, not the exact same model, but it has wall lights as well, and they're actually using a light function. So I just need to jump in and unhide the bedroom so that I can okay, they're actually part of a prefab. That's a bit annoying. Did I do that with all of them? What about the ones? I'm staying close to the wall here so you guys can't see much of what's going on. Hopefully you can't see much of what's going on. No, they're part of a prefab too. How annoying. All right. Actually, are they? Are they part of a prefab? Yeah, they are. I'm just going to check the values on the light component here. 300, 200, 3,500. Let me see. No. No. Why are you doing this? All right. Look, it's easier for me to do it this way. 300, 200, and then we might come back and I'll check the values that way. But I do want to copy the bulb anyway, so let's duplicate that. I want to make sure that that bulb is set to, we'll put it in the persistent level for now. Actually, it looks like it already is in the persistent level, so that's good. And so I should be able to hide that, good. And now they won't scream at me because you're looking at stuff you shouldn't be looking at. You want to move the object and it moves the camera. You want to move the camera and it moves the object. Let's just position our light bulb in the right spot. Okay, now it's duplicated. Let me check this actually. I don't think this one's using a light function. But I will double check. I might have both of them flickering. I'm just not sure at this stage whether we want them flickering or not. No. I don't think it is. Let's duplicate it. Hang on. There we go. I'm going to duplicate it again. We'll look at it from the top, might be easier. And let's duplicate it one more time. I actually have to do the bulbs up on the ceiling as well, I forgot about them. Okay. I'm just trying to work out. Yeah, well, I was going to say I might not put light bulbs up here if you never actually see them, but because the player can will be able to walk around and sort of see it from a different angle, you will be able to see that there are no bulbs in there, so we really need to put them in. So let's do that. And then duplicate it. And duplicate it. And again, I don't know if you guys can see this here, but you see every time you duplicate it, the engine puts instance at the end of it. So basically, and I don't know if this was a newer thing in the later versions of the engine, but it used to be when you duplicated it, it wasn't like Max where it would instance it, but now it seems it will automatically instance anything you copy and paste, which is good. Because that means it saves on it saves performance in the engine. Because I remember having a whinge about that when we started using, I think it was in version 4.19 where it didn't do that. I'm glad that Epic changed that with one of the later builds where it automatically instances any object you copy now. This is not hardware instance though. This is not HISM. This is just instancing. You specifically have to turn these into hardware instant static meshes if you want to go that route. So now I'm just going to make sure that they're all actually lined up correctly. And I think we're good. Let's do a quick save just to be on the safe side, so I can have a copy. Oh. So now we have to put the actual lights themselves in, because these are just the bulbs. I don't think they give off any light. They may actually have a bit of a glow on them. Let me just check. Yeah, they do have a slight glow on them. But they're not actually emitting any light. So let's take care of that right now. We want a point light. And I believe it was 200 and 300, wasn't it? And then we had a fall off of 500 and 3,000. Now let's start with the lights. Let's start with the lights up here. Why not? Now, how do I want to tackle this? 2, 3, 4, 5. These are set to stationary at the moment. I could either set them to static. I'm not going to have this as a physics object. It's not really going to sway or anything because it's using a metal rod to actually tie it to the ceiling. That would keep it pretty stable. It's not like the they're not like the other lights that actually hang down on a chain. So no physics swaying on these. So we won't set them to movable. Let's see how we go. I'm just trying to work out how many, whether I want to, I really should have one for every light bulb. I'm just going to bring them out just outside of the actual bulb itself. I'm going to turn lit mode on so I can see what it's doing. Okay, what are you doing? It's a distance thing here. Because the ceiling is actually quite high, so we need to go back and change the draw distance. Now basically we're not getting a lot of lights thrown, I think, because of the material we're using here. So before we get too far into placing lights, I think what I might do is check this material. Okay, opacity. Surface opaque, subset, that should be fine. Just wondering why I'm not getting the look that I should be. Weird light blobs, yeah, it's something to do with the shadowing, I think. But we should be getting a partially transparent light shade. That's why I checked the material. I'm not sure why we're not. I have my opacity set. I might just jump back up to the master bedroom so I can check. I'm just going to move this off screen for a minute so I can check the bedroom. Again, I'm just going to position the camera up against the wall. I want to double check the material on these. This one. No, that should all be correct. Two-sided cast ray trace. And this one, two-sided cast ray trace. It should all be correct. Let me just check the mesh as well. Volume pulse, sort of weld, lighting we want to look at. It's got cast shadows on, so that shouldn't be a problem. That is very odd. Why is that? See, it should be giving us this effect, and I'm wondering why it's not. Why is it not? Let me just check the lights here. Okay, we do have these set to movable, which we may have to do because you can't add a light function unless it's a movable light. Maybe stationary. Stationary and movable are the only two. If it's a static, you can't add a light function. Okay, I've got cast ray trace shadows turned off on that light. That's an optimization thing. You don't want to be casting ray trace shadows if you don't need to. Everything else is pretty much default, but I've turned off cast ray trace shadows. Okay, let's go back to the sitting room. Choose the light. We will set it to movable just to make everything the same. I want to turn off cast ray trace shadows. Android Lost says, I can't think of what, no, I can't think of what it will be either. I'm trying to work out why it's good, why it's doing that. It should not be doing that. Maybe because that does not look correct. That's better. The light value I think was turned up too high. That's actually, that shadow we're seeing there is a shadow being cast by the bulb. So basically we should turn shadow casting off on the bulb. Adds a bit of performance by turning it off as well. Now I need to try and select that actual light. And let's play with the value a little bit. It's going to pull down. The light is quite close to the ceiling, so we do want some light to hit the ceiling. Well, at 2, it's too dull really. 10. 10 is possible. 5, 4. $20 is too much. 10 I think is too much. We could possibly go 6. Let's go 6, and then we can maybe knock it back. Actually, I have to make sure too that, like I said, once we reach a certain value, what I've done with this light is I've set it up so that for optimization and performance, once you reach a certain distance from the light turns off. So that's basically so when you get outside of this room, the light will turn off automatically for performance. It helps. It really does help quite a bit with performance in the game. So we just have to. I have to make sure that I have that set enough so that we don't get too far away and have the light turn off. Like if I get to right down here, you see how it turns, the actual light itself turns off. But we're not going to be down that low. Even in crouch, because there is crouch mode in the game, we'll only be down about like that. So that should be alright. Let's duplicate the light. Move it over. I'm going to have to turn casting shadows off on all of these bulbs. I forgot about that when we placed them. But I'll copy them around and then I'll go through and turn shadow casting on. One more. Okay, let's make sure shadow casting is turned off on all of these light bulbs. Now I think we should be back to the beginning. Yes, good. Okay. Oh, did I forget one? I wonder if I should turn one of them all. So like to make it look like one of the lights is blown out. What do you guys think? So I'll change the bulb here so it doesn't glow. So like basically we could have one of the lights look like it is not like the bulb is blowing. You should, yeah. It might make it more interesting. Joshua says, yeah, asymmetry is always nice. Yeah, I agree. We'll have one so that the actual bulb isn't is blowing. So I just need to find that material. I'm pretty sure I have one here where it's not actually turned on. So we could go with Andrew Lust says 1 or 2 if it doesn't darken. Yeah, no, we could go 2. We could go 2. Just let me find a material to swap that out with. I have different glass materials here, and they all perform differently. So some of them are quite heavy, and some of them are really performant. Maybe if I show you what I mean. So the material for the heavy ones is actually quite heavy as far as the number of instructions, whereas the material for some of the others is much lighter, more performant. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not doing a good job of it. Let's try the lighter materials first, I think. Let's try this one. So we have that blown out, and let's go with, we don't want to go with this one because we don't want opposites to be blown out. We want it to look a bit more organic. So, and I probably don't want to put one right beside it, which means we either have to go with this one or maybe this one here. That's toward the fireplace. That's the fireplace, so let's go with this one maybe here. So I can remove the light and swap out the material. If we find that is making the ceiling look too dark, then we can up the intensity of the lights. I won't do that just yet. We'll get the bulbs in here, and then we'll have a look at the overall room. So let's copy the light. If I can get into it, where is it? Really difficult for me to select the bulb. Can I find it through here? I think it might be one of these. Yeah, this one I'll do. So let's duplicate this one. Move it over. And we're going to do the same thing. Once we've placed them, we'll go through and we will remove the shadow casting. Let's duplicate it. And duplicate it again. And one more time. Okay, let's turn off shadow casting on those bulbs.
I remember Virginia Beach, the way it's crashing. Memories so hard to believe. You're no longer with me. Told me
Here's the other one.
by the ocean, falling deep, you were floated. I remember you said to me,
Turn off shadow casting. Okay. Now again, we're getting this problem where we can move too far from the light and they turn off. We don't want that, so we're going to have to change that. Max draw distance. Let's make that 1500 on all of the lights.
beside me, conversations in my shoes, body to body, a sudden hit to my blind side, like a ghost I couldn't find. I remember you said
By default, this comes at 0 and 0, which means it won't do any optimization on distance.
break us, this love will make us, nothing's gonna break.
Sorry for that banging, it's my next door neighbour again. Don't know what he's doing. Seems to do it every day, whatever it is. He's hammering something. Okay, make sure that our lights are not fading out. No, that's good. And that's good. Okay, so now we can have some flickering going on a couple of the lights. Let's add a flicker to one of these. And let's also add a flicker to one of these on one of these too. So let's flicker. Just trying to think, that's the door. Let's flicker this light over here. Okay, I'm just looking for my flicker material. It's that one there. So now I've got to find that bulb there, and let's add a light function of this one. Why are you not flickering? Andrew Doss says, Phil, I'm working on something small that I'm going to put in UE4. There's a deadline for it, but it's purely for fun. Hopefully I finish it. I hope you finish it too. If you can show it off, let's show it off on the stream. Remember guys, if you post anything in the gallery, I love showing off your work on the stream. I did see that Grizzly Gear posted a sword, it looks like. So I'll show that just before I sign off today. So he posted it in the gallery on the Discord server. So if you've got any work and you want to show it off, pop it in the gallery on the Discord server and I'll show it off on stream. If you don't want me to show it off on stream, just tell me and I won't. I'm just trying to work out why my light is not flickering. Movable, that's fine. Light function, light flicker, it should be fine. Let me double check that material. I'm just waiting for Unreal here to catch up. There we go. Yes, you're flickering, so that's not the problem. That's not the problem, so that's fine. It might be the actual bulb. See, this isn't a light, so I can't actually add a flicker to it. Actually, yeah, I can. Just let me see if this thing is going to flicker. I'm wondering why it's not flickering. Should be flickering. Why is it not flickering? Very strange. Okay, now the light bulb is flickering. I don't know if you can see it, it's hard to see. But the actual light is not flickering. Why is that? Which point light is it now? Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. It's this one. I've got the flicker material on it, so why is it not flickering? See, this is why I wanted to copy the bulbs that I used upstairs in the bedroom, because there's a setting that I'm missing. What would it be? That's very odd. Why is it not flickering? Why are you doing this? let me go back to the bedroom. Try and work out what's going on. Android Lost says it's not a bug. No, it should, because it works in the bedroom, so I know it's not a bug. So if I turn this on and we look at one of these lights, we'll only see it, of course, in lit mode. You see, this one is fine. So what is the difference here is what I've got to try and work out. Light component. Removable light. Flex world. I'm not casting ray trace shadows. It's visible. The light function. You know, I might change the light function. We'll try that first. Now, aside from that, everything else should be... We do have distance field shadows turned on this one. Let's check that on the other one. Oh, that shouldn't be making a difference, but you never know. It was this light here, wasn't it? Yep. I'm going to swap it out for this light function here. There we go. I was using the wrong light function. So it's a random flicker. Sometimes it'll stay on, sometimes it won't. We just got to wait for it to keep an eye on what's going on. But excuse me, I have a copy. That's better. So just one flicker up here is enough. We've got two burnt out lights. But I think a flicker on one of the ones down here might look interesting as well. So maybe one over here, because as we go through the door, that's sort of what we notice first. We're going to have a fire going in here, which will give us a bit of light flickering over this side anyway. So I think one of the bulbs over here and maybe the one farthest away from here might be good. So let's try and select that light showing. And we're going to put the same light function on it. Actually, I've got a couple of different flickers. I might choose a different flicker just so it's a little bit, so it's not flickering identically to the one up top. Let's go with the light flicker sconces lamp. Let's go with the lamp light flicker. And that also means we need to put the same flicker on the material for that bulb. Smokeberry says the difference is you didn't rub the magic lamp and say the magic words. Android Lust says apparently my sister has the human malware. She's currently okay though. but she can't smell or taste anything. Yeah, I've heard that that is one of the symptoms of the human malware, that it affects your sense of taste and smell. And that's not good news. Man, I'm glad to hear she's well. I hope, yeah, fingers crossed. I'm sure she'll be fine, because most people are okay. Most people get through it okay. But I'll keep my fingers crossed for her that everything goes well. But that's not good news. I know for you guys in the United States too, you're coming up to to Thanksgiving as well, aren't you? Isn't Thanksgiving this week, at the end of the week on Friday or something? Or Thursday? I'm not sure. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Australia. And I know that your government have been recommending that you do not go home for Thanksgiving, that you don't travel, try and stay safe. Yep, this week Snowberry says, yeah, I thought so. So it's not good, not good. So yeah, my advice is, if you can avoid Thanksgiving, then I probably would, just this year, and because they're going to have the vaccine out soon. Missing it 1 year, I know it's not nice not to catch up with your family and stuff, but it keeps them safe, it keeps you safe. You can, video conference or video call or even just phone call. If you can avoid Thanksgiving, I probably would. Just to stay safe until we can get the vaccine. Let's hope the vaccine is effective. Andrew Doss says, yeah, she'll be fine. I think she's more about the taste and smell. It's not nice if you can't taste and smell. I have to agree. Yeah, all your food tastes the same, smells the same, like nothing. That wouldn't be nice. So using a different light function, now they don't sort of flicker in an identical pattern. I'm just trying to work out if I want to make any adjustments to the shadow. What's the time? Oh, it looks like we're getting there. But look, let's do a quick save, and then I want to check out the sword that Grizzly Gear posted on the Discord server. It's a work in progress for fun, so we'll just check that out. So I think tomorrow what we'll do is we will continue finishing this room off. Because once we've got this room done, then we're going to move to the kitchen. The kitchen! You're finally going to get a kitchen. So you can all stop whinging. I'm just going to open up this link from Grizzly Gear. Very nice. So this is a sword Grizzly Gear is working on. It's a work in progress. It is looking very cool. I like the pattern he's got going on here on the hilt. Let's hope he puts some nice engraving along the blade somewhere, because that'll look really cool. But very nice work from Grizzly Gear. Okay, so yes, what we will do is we will continue working on this tomorrow. There's not a lot to do. We should probably, because I don't need to texture anything else up tomorrow. It's just placing lights and candles and fire and maybe a painting in a mirror tomorrow. We'll tackle that tomorrow. Let's turn unlit mode back on so we can see what's going on. Do a quick save all. And finish there for today, guys. I do want to thank you though for being here and hanging out and watching with me. I do appreciate it. Andrew Doss says, can't wait for Grizzly Gear to finish it. No, I can't either. I'd love to. We want to see it finish, Grizzly Gear, but thanks for letting me show your sword on stream. We'll pick up the working on the sitting room here tomorrow. 5 p.m. Pacific is when I'm live again. You guys though, take care, stay safe. Make sure that you got your mask on if you're going outside or you're going to be around people. And I will hopefully see you all again tomorrow. See you guys.